What is going on, guys? Tivo Supremo here, and I am just another game collector. And before we get into today's topic, which is the mistakes I will not make when collecting for the Nintendo Switch 2, just a big shout out to all the new subs who joined over the weekend. We had like over 60 plus. So thanks for joining the channel and hanging out. On this channel, we talk about just game collecting, topics involved in game collecting, pickups, and all sorts of that stuff. If you want more topics on like actual in-depth about a game and what I'm playing, I do that on my main channel, Stevo Supremo, but man, I haven't made a video on that thing in like 4 months, so it's a little back up. I've been focusing on this one a lot, but I've been playing games, just haven't been talking about them. But if you want to hear that on this channel too, I guess we can incorporate that in here. I just try to keep it separate, mainly focus on collecting. I also go quiet on the weekends unless there's like a huge pickup I get. Then I might make a video going over it, but for the most part, we just hit the ground running Monday through Friday. So let's get into it. And again, welcome. Hope you enjoy your stay here. Let's talk about the Nintendo Switch 2, right around the corner, only a couple months away. But man, there are some mistakes that I made when collecting for the first Switch. And you guys probably fell victim to this kind of stuff too. Hopefully I'm not the only one, but we're going to talk about a couple of those mistakes here in this video. When the Nintendo Switch initially came out, guys, I was just like hooked on wanting to collect for it. I'm like, all right, Nintendo, new system. I'm just going to go all in and start getting all sorts of games and stuff for it. No matter what was coming out, I was grabbing it, whether it was bad, good. It's just like, it's a new Switch game. I'm going to add to my collection. I just wanted to have this awesome Switch collection. But that's a mistake. That's a mistake, guys. Even if you have the money like we do to be able to get these kind of things, you shouldn't just throw your money away on stuff like you're not gonna play. Like, it was stupid, and I just went so crazy with it. In the last couple of years, I've actually been a lot better with like no and implementing the things I'm going to be implementing with a Nintendo Switch 2. So first and foremost, like the easy thing out the way, I'm only going to be buying games that this is what I've been doing like the past few years, especially ever since like the PS4 or PS4. I did really good with it. It was a Switch that really screwed with me with going overboard on games. But it's only buying the stuff I know I'm going to be playing either right away or really soon. Sometimes, yes, you might be playing a game at the moment a new release that you're really wanting to play comes out. I try to finish that game I'm playing before I move on to that new one, and then boom, I go right into the new one. But I try to work my schedule out to where I'm not playing anything kind of around the time a big release is coming out that I'm looking forward to. So hopefully this mistake will not happen on the Nintendo Switch 2, because so many times, guys, we go in there and we pick up a game and we think, oh, I'm going to get this game because I'll eventually play it. And then what happens? It just sits on the shelf for years and years and we don't play it. So I've been doing really good with that, though, ever since, like I said, that PS4 era, especially the PS5, only picking up stuff I know I'm going to play, hopefully really soon. And then, yeah. So no more of that with the Switch 2. Because like I said, with the original Switch, I fell victim to a lot of impulse buys. And again, I'm not trying to knock any game you're seeing in front of me. I actually enjoy a lot of these games that are up here. And we'll get into some reasons why I did, because it wasn't on this system that I enjoyed them on, because that leads into another point. But a lot of this stuff was impulse buys, like a Moonlighter, like a Knights of Azure 2. Impulse buy, seeing it on the shelf, and look, never been open. And I never intend to play it. It just, after looking at it now, it just doesn't look like the type of game I want to play. Little due to. Examples of this are all over this couch, so no more impulse buying. And since we already kind of talked about it here leading into it, the one major thing that I'm going to be focusing on with this Switch 2 is I'm done buying the inferior product on this Nintendo consoles. Like, I'm done with that. If there's a third-party title that's going to be multiple release on a PS5 or a Nintendo Switch, I'm going to get the physical version on the PS5. Sometimes I might even just get it on PC, digital. But no more inferior versions for the Switch 2, just because it's a Nintendo system and I want to have the physical for it. No, I want to play the superior version of at least the console versions of it. And most of the time that will be on the PlayStation 5 these days. So that's why I said I enjoy a lot of these games. Like, I love Darksiders. but I played it on the 360, and it probably, or the PS3, I think. I played it on PS3 originally, and it probably looks better than what it does there on the Switch. Darkest Dungeon, loved it on PC, not so much on the Switch. Wolfenstein 2, loved it on PC, not so much on the Switch. And the list can go on and on. There's a lot of third party stuff that I bought on this system. Titan Quest, great on PC, not on the Switch. So no more falling for the inferior version of the games, especially when I have a PS5 that can just play it a lot better. Or like I said, on my PC. But since I'm a physical collector, I tend to lean more to wanting to get the console version of a game. It's just going to be the PS5. I know the Switch 2 is going to be stronger, and I'm looking forward to seeing all these awesome first-party Nintendo games on that system. But like I said, if there's a third-party game, we're going PS5. Mainly, and another reason for that is because of this game key card deal. And you can see some of the download things on some of these other games here. Luckily, these aren't download codes, but that was the thing on the Switch, getting the download codes, and now we're getting these download keys, or these security keys, game key cards, whatever they're calling them. Another one of the big things I fell for with the Nintendo Switch was a fear of FOMO, of missing out on something, afraid that it was going to get expensive. Two examples here that I can point out is this one, Katamari Damacy Reroll. Mine is still sealed, guys. I bought it because people were like, hey, go to GameStop. They're not going to print any more of these, low print run, so get it before it gets expensive. So I did, and guess what? They reprinted it, so that big spike never really happened, and I never really played it. So just those buys like that. And Tiny Troopers XL was another one. It was like supposed to be a Walmart only game that was being sold. So just, I went and got it, $20 game, just in case it spiked up. And sure enough, it didn't. It might not even be worth 20 bucks right now. So no more stupid buys like that. Only for games that I want am I going to be buying. And I keep trying to tell myself for other stuff too. I think Shin Megami Tensei here is a good example of that. Is series that I've never really gotten into. Like, I've tried SMT games before and just never really got into them. I have more in my collection, Personas and all that stuff, SMT games, SMT4 on 3DS. And as much as I've tried them, I just never really fully get into them and beat them. I've never actually beaten one of them. So again, like I said, I'm just going to focus on mainly getting the stuff I want to play. I threw away so much money on the original Switch, and just examples of stuff here, of stuff I just thrown money away on, because Pokken Tournament, I had it on the Wii U and didn't play it then, so why would I buy the Switch copy? Mario and Sonic Olympic Games, I think I played it once with my son, and mainly got it for them, and they hadn't touched it since. So just going to be smarter on my buys. I know it can get excited and it can get crazy because it's a new system, new thing we want to collect for, but not for me, man. I'm going to be really smart on it, really curate it like I'm doing with my PS5 right now. And because new releases, they're not cheap like some of these old retro games we can find for like $5 here and there. No, these things are 70 bucks on release, if not higher, some of them, and it adds up really quick, especially on Nintendo, when stuff tends to hold their price a little bit stronger than other systems. So I'm going to be careful with it. I know the first like 2 months, it's like Mario Kart on release, and that's going to be the digital one that comes with my console, and then Donkey Kong. I don't know what's next after that. It might be a while before my next pickup, because nothing else really was jumping out to me that I wanted during that direct until Metroid Prime 4 comes out. So we'll see. I'm going to be smarter. What are some of your strategies for anyone who's getting a Nintendo Switch 2, or even for your PS5 and stuff, for your strategies in general for new consoles? I know things that can kind of suck us in are these buy two get ones and stuff at GameStop once in a while that they just had. So yeah, I'll go in there and try to find something to add to my collections that might be something that I'm on the fence about. But hey, if I can do buy two get one free, I kind of fall into that and start adding it to the collection. So what are some things that you navigate around, especially when collecting for newer consoles or systems? Let me know in the comments below, and I will catch you guys in the next one.